Testy, testy, 1, 2. Are these things on? Testy, testy, 1, 2. Sorry I didn't start on time, like anybody noticed. I was just distracted by the song I was writing, and I figured I'm on my channel where I get like 1 view. By the way, thanks for being my 1 viewer. Happy, happy, joy, joy. You are aptly named. I'm just trying to find some other lyrics I can add to my song, or maybe I won't, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. See, I write random shit in a book, so when I need to vent, I'll vent in my book, I'll vent and I'll write things, and I think it's fun. And then I'll go back and I'll look at it when I'm trying to think of words for a song, and I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of words in here I can use for songs. That's been my formula for many years. For many years. It's been the best formula. My people have seen it, the best people have seen it, and they always tell me it's the greatest, the best. It doesn't get better. I'm famous, but I'm just not known. I'm one of these famous people that is unknown. I'm an unknown famous man. Terrible parables, unbearable. Terrible, unbearable parables. Unforeseen conundrums drummed up by drama. Wait, terrible, unbearable parables. Unforeseen conundrums drummed up drama. Anomalous, random anagram. Anomalous, ominous homonyms. Anomalous, ominous homonyms. The long haul of Pino. Uncommon phenomena. Wait, see. It was the ominous homonyms, uncommon phenomena. Ominous homonyms, uncommon phenomena. Abominable obelisks. Obscene wiener dogs. Obscene wiener dogs. Hopscotch, hot shots, Sasquatch, stopwatch, whitewashed up, draft, Dodge, Duster. I had a Dodge Duster I drove for a while. That was a good car. I miss my Dodge Duster. Dodge Duster. It was a Chrysler. You know what? On the fucking, I was gonna say blue slip. The pink slip said, it was the year when it was, all these companies merged, I guess, because it was a Chrysler Plymouth Dodge. That was my Dodge Duster. It was a 1973. It was smog exempt. It was a slant 6 engine. Fucking awesome. You know, six cylinder, and it was like, it was slanted. It wasn't like the V shape, you know, with the 8 cylinder. It was a slant 6. And that thing was fucking burly. It was great. I love that car. That was the Dodge Duster. It's kind of like Happy Gilmore's car, but I think mine was like a couple years older than his. If you remember Happy Gilmore's Draft Dodger. Oh, that's what I was riffing on. Washed up Draft Dodger, Dodge Duster, rusted shutters, mud flood ruckers. Mud flooded fuddruckers suddenly befuddled. I'm missing a noun right there. Suddenly befuddled. I'm not gonna say butt fuckers. Rusted shutters and the mud flooded fuddruckers. No, see, rusted shutters, mud flooded fuddruckers, suddenly befuddled. Give me some. What's up, Lev? Oh yeah, please do. What you get?
Skunk. This guy's pet skunk. Oh shit.
Careful. He's so lucky. I want a pet
Watch
skunk.
him roll over and roll him over.
What? I want a pet
Look at
skunk.
him. They're cute.
No, I want one.
So cute.
I knew they'd be like that. I want a
And
skunk.
he just sits there, watch. He just sits.
Dude, they are cool. I want one. I'm so mad. Skunks are my favorite. I want to play with a little skunk. I want to do that with a skunk. It's so fucking cute. Oh, I knew they were sweet like that. Wild animals, all they want to do is eat. It seems like it's all they care about. But it's like, I know they want to snuggle and play, you know. I mean, they just have to get comfortable. Terrible parables, unbearable narratives, unforeseen conundrums, drummed up drama, anomalous random anagrams, ominous homonyms, the long jalapeno, uncommon phenomena, abominable obelisks, hopscotch, hotshot, Sasquatch, stopwatch, whitewash, washed up, draft, dodge, duster, rusted shut shutters, mud flooded, fuddruckers, suddenly befuddled, undulating bungee jumper. Baptized and ingrown ribosome homing device, polluted follicles, collapsing apple. Need not apply my iMac. I might act like I'm mad at a iMac. iMac might act like I'm mad at a meta matter. Metamorphosis, microbes and macrobes. Microbes and macrobes, let the blind bury the dead, and the free thinkers outnumber the creeps who play hide and seek with our rights and lefts, while the meek-minded wait patiently to inherit the flattened earth. After the grovelers have skimmed off the top and creamed the crops they did not sow, as we grimace at their grim reaping of every last red cent, rinse and repeat, rewrite their god-awful saga and steal the rolls of the righteous who will read 'em and weep at their sins go. Read 'em and weep as their sins go unaccounted for. Our pens run dry of ink, the story goes untold from censorship. Our stairs burned gaping holes in their false floors, the water leaks in sinking ships before they could depart, and questions mark the beginning of a questionable endeavor, or end whenever. I'm confused. Some say it seems that the past has been changing ever so slightly. I'd say it just might be, and at one time I'd say I won't abide and go. I'd say no. I want to see. Some say it seems that the past has been changing ever so slightly, and I'd say it just might be, and at one time I'd say no. What is this? I won't abide and go to your abode if you're about to divide up the loot and shoot up the shipwreck, regroup and grip the shit handles. A fanatical fan base fills your inflatable ego with a fake sense of grandeur. Everything is everything, and God holds it all in the palm of his tree. History is a rerun, oversimplified, regurgitated, blasphemous fabrication, acclimated emphatically. To radically impart without strategy is like a walk in Jurassic Park. Not very smart. I was trying to figure out what that word, I was like, what is tyradically? I was thinking of like toroids. But it's too radically. To radically impart without strategy is like a walk in Jurassic Park. It's not very smart. Wigged out weirdos will wiggle of whatever wild. To defend the deaf end of the audible and applaud the god-awful visual residual of the digital nightmare. The irrefutable, immutable facts are fixed and cannot be modified, sodomized, lobotomized, or sold on Spotify like a commodity in the stock market economy. It's an audible oddity that's not possible to hold or fold into a mold rolled up and doled out to be auctioned to the highest bidder by America's most prominent filthy rich bullshitter. Don't teach or preach till you master what you practice. Can you grasp this? Like, I'm not going to show you how to do backflips because I just can't do it. You'd have to take your chances. This is Super Beaver Moon. Hope to see you soon. That was a few nights ago. The wretched tetrahedron and untold tales of old across the stretches of time that rolls out from this very moment forever to unfold. That's true, we're in the only moment that's ever been. The only moment that will ever be. This moment right now. I don't want what I don't need, and I can tell it's not what it's cracked up to be. I won't fall for a false floor or a false flag, and once you know how this is all supposed to end, you can't be made to play pretend. It's a worldwide top-down domination, rather ominous, and it's a bit unnerving. It's so obvious, the game being played on everyone, and it's disturbing. Although it's an easy game to win if you just start letting them in. Asking you to sign away your God-given right to free will. Free thought autonomy is a bold move. No, it's letting them... Asking you to sign away your God-given right to free will, free thought autonomy. It's a bold move by Big Brother in the home of the brave and a tough sell, so they had to quietly legalize propaganda. Now they're gonna make you beg for your own change. That's right, that's about the size of it. Please, save us from ourselves. Sorry, Charlie. Between the bullseyes wide shut, can or can you not make this stuff up? The downward spiral of a narcissistic ego death is a long and winding road. The path least traveled indeed. To succeed is to suck seeds from the grapes of wrath and bathe in a baby's bathwater. And like a sea otter, you gotta crack the shell of your prey before devouring. Whatever, it's not a very cheerful poem, I guess, is it? Want to hear my angry poetry? I'm gonna hear me yodel. I yodel because I'm so mad. You know about yodeling. Metallica's like, I think they invented yodeling. Metallica's probably the first to like yodel. You know, there's like, this is a new style of singing. It's like when you're really mad and you kind of add an R to everything. I'm so mad. I'm yodeling. I'm gonna yodel. I don't want. It's like yodeling is kind of annoying, but yodeling is so annoying that it's kind of cool. But what I don't like is, I mean, I guess that's the whole thought of it, though. I was gonna say, I don't like when people think they're really fooling me, because it's like this act, you know. It's like when you hear somebody yodeling, you know, like the heavy metal song, whatever, you know, it's like, oh, I'm so mad, Black Hand. You know, it's like, it's an act. I mean, because that's not how they talk. That's not their, you know what I mean? It's like, if they do, it's pretty silly. And so when you think about it, it's just like they're putting this fake thing into their voice. And it's like, why? Because it's supposed to sound like they're mad or they're tough, but it's an obvious. They obviously don't talk like that, so there's no reason why they would be singing. It's like an accent, but it's like this, like they're mad, and it gets added to their normal, you know, where they would just be singing like how I sing. I'm just singing, you know. I mean, sometimes I'll be silly and I'll do stuff with my voice, but like, I'm not gonna be, oh yeah, I'm excited, unless I'm being silly. But they take it seriously. Whenever you hear anybody yodeling, it's always like serious. Oh, I'm so mad. Want to hear my angry poetry? I'm so mad. They're always mad. Smash my life, smash my head. Justice is wrong, right. Let's name our album Metal Up Your Ass. We'll just have like a knife sticking out of a toilet. That's all fucking gross. Yeah, great idea. I can't imagine thinking that was a great idea. But I guess if you're trying to do a certain thing, then it's a great idea. But like as far as like just my creative outlet, you know, is concerned, and like wanting to, you know, if I was gonna try to make an artistic, you know, contribution to the world, I mean, I don't think I would be like, my first release, I'm gonna show the world what I'm made of. Metal up your ass. Wait, what? What? And I'm gonna have a picture on the cover. Okay, dude. What's wrong with you, man? Are you okay? Oh no, I'm yodeling music. I'm starting a new kind of music. All about being mad. Oh, okay, well that's cool. Metal up your ass. Whose ass? Mine? I don't even know what the song is about. I just know that used to like startle me when I was a kid. I'd be like, what the fuck? Metal up your ass. It just seems so dark. I was like into Grateful Dead when I was a kid, teenager or whatever. That's what I would do. I'd go to reggae concerts and Grateful Dead shows, and I was all about that. And so, but I grew up with metalheads. I was plenty like, it wasn't like this thing I wasn't exposed to. I've listened to plenty of it just because I had to, And I've gone to shows with my friends and stuff after I was a little older. And like at first I just couldn't stand it, and I wasn't really trying to. I would talk shit about it. I'm like, this music sucks. It's not even music, But all my friends would just kind of laugh at me and be like, "No, you're just a fag," I'm like, whatever. You're the guys fucking wrestling with a bunch of big sweaty dudes at concerts. Not a fag. You guys are. But like, as we grew older, my metalhead friends, I talked them into going to a Grateful Dead show, and they came and they thought it was gay or whatever. But I went to their heavy metal show just to like show that I was cool too, and I actually went in the mosh pit. And then I've been to a couple of, I've been to Primus shows. Those are kind of like, there's a mosh pit there, but it's not like you're going to see Slayer or something. I didn't go to see Slayer. I didn't go in a mosh pit at a Slayer concert. No, fuck that. You get your ass beat. I don't know what it's like now. Maybe it's all tame. Like all the people are like all wearing face masks and like COVID. They're scared of COVID. It's like a contactless mosh pit. A no contact mosh pit. Yeah, right. The thing that I hated about it, because I've been in several mosh pits when I was younger, but it was when I had really long dreadlocks, and there's always, and every time I went in a mosh pit, I think pretty much every time I went, there'd always be some fuck that would pull on my hair as I was running by, because you're going in a circle, and it's like, I'd be like, what the fuck? And a couple times it was like a girl, and it's like, is that what chicks do? They stand on the outside of mosh pits and pull on dudes' hair? Because it was a totally isolated times. I'm be like, what's the deal with these chicks that want to pull my hair when I'm running by? Because it's like, it's fucking, it's already kind of crazy. You're looking out for people, and you're running in a circle, stomping on people, and like, when someone's pulling your hair as you're running by, it fucking fucks everything up, and it hurts. Maybe she's trying to pull one of my dreadlocks out or something. Souvenir. Okay, I'll play this song I was working on. It was like this. When I was on my last, no, let's see. When I was on my last hope, I was gone for broke, and I wasn't sure. Let's see. When I was on my last hope, I was gone for broke. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. It took a while for me to smile, and see, it took a while for me to smile, and I just did not know. I lost my mind. Sometimes things get so dramatic, everyone panics, and it makes me lose it. Every step I take away from you, I can tell I'm just as well. I'm just as well. So I took this moment and I put it all down, just so I could let go. I took this moment and I put it all down, just so I could let you know. Oh, I'm still in control as far as I know, even when I let go. Even when I let go, yeah, I'm still in control as far as I know, even when I let go. Even when I let go, yeah. bridge. Sometimes things get so dramatic. How does that go? Sometimes things get so dramatic. Sometimes things get so. Sometimes things get so dramatic and everyone panics and it makes me lose it. It's kind of hard to do. Sometimes things get so dramatic and everyone panics and it makes me lose it. Every step I take away from you, I can tell I'm just as well. I'm just as well. I like the bridge, but I gotta have to get the hang of it. Does it sound like it's got, is anybody in there? Does it sound like it has like a melody? The bridge was the part I was having the hardest, a change that I was just playing there. I was having a hard time like making it sound like a part like where it sounds like it fits the song, you know. Because it's like, I mean, I don't even know. I'm just thinking. I haven't even bothered to stop and think about what I'm writing about, like until just now. So I was like, I'm writing about the song is like my last hope. I was on my last hope. I was going for broke. Wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. Took a while for me to smile. I just did not know that I had lost my mind. Sometimes things get so dramatic. Everyone panics and it makes me lose it. Yeah, that goes with it. Every step I take away from you, I can tell I'm just as well. I'm just as well. And back to down, take there, down. Yeah, it's a hit. It's gonna be famous. So good. What I could call that song is like I'm still in control as far as I know, even when I go. It's fucking like, it's like remote. No, it's not remote control. It's more like you know, like what is it? You know, sort of like he broke out of the matrix, kind of like, you know, I'm like fucking. You know, I like, what is the word I'm looking for? It's lit. I didn't know it was lit. Cool. What do you know? I don't want to say like red pilled or something. I think that's like fucking. It's like, you know, I'm kind of more on the same page as Tim Osmond when it comes to this kind of shit. It's like the IPS channel. The guy's crazy, and he's interesting. I like listening to him nonetheless. I mean, there's a lot of things that he's said over the years that kind of wigged me out a little bit, but that's all, you know, in the past. What he's doing now, I do like, although I still have one beef with him, but I just kind of let it slide, really, because I like all the other stuff he's saying. And he's talking, well, like, what I like about him is that he talks about the off-world stage think tank that he's been forming. Was like, it's pretty cool. And he's got this cute little penguin drawing that he has, and it's associated with the IPS, the Infinite Plane Society. He's been around for a minute. Like, if you're a flat earther, you probably know who I'm talking about, Tim Osmond. And I don't even know, I never bothered asking him if that's his real name. I mean, it can't be, right? That would be too much of a coincidence. And he's all like, it can't be, that's got to be his stage name. But anyways, he was, like, he rails on people that talk. Well, here, let me tell you about what I like about him. Is that he's doing this off-world stage, like, think tank, where it's like, and it's interesting. Like, I think sometimes he tries to take a real, like, he's super, like, I want to say strict, or just like, what is the word I'm thinking of? He's like really like a purist or whatever. He like really tries to keep it as neutral. I mean, not neutral. He's like auto hoax. Like he's an auto hoaxer. He's like, everything you see on the screen has to be taken. You know, like we don't take a stance on it until we have more information. And you know, he's like, we're not in a hurry to be able to like say it's fake or say it's real. You know, but we're just gonna like assume that it's fake because it's on the TV. You know, and then we're just gonna like try to find more information. It could be real. We're not gonna say it isn't until we know. And after you see enough coincidences and weird shit, and like with the Charlie Kirk thing, obviously it's fake. You know. I mean, and like he'll be the guy that's saying, you know, notice how none of the people that are like the mainstream voices, nobody's even humoring the idea that he could could be alive still. Like, not a single one of them even touched that possibility. And he's all, that's because it's like fucking, they're all on the world stage, and it's like, this is taking place on the world stage, the whole thing. Even as podcasters, I mean, they're part of the world stage. You have to agree with that. Like Joe Rogan's on the world stage. It obviously doesn't have to be like all TV. That's a thing of the past. But like, yeah, nobody's talking about how maybe he's still alive, and that's kind of that's the general consensus in the IPS think tank. If you go to his channel, and he's cool. Like he's pretty cool. Like if you say hi to him, he gives you a blue wrench. And he's he's just like, he's not like a jerk really, but he's kind of crazy. And like, I got into it with him one time over chemtrails. That's the beef I have with him, because he thinks that they're fake. That's a psyop. That you're just crazy if you think there's chemtrails. And like the first thing I would say to someone like that, I'm just like, no, you're crazy if you think there's not. And his stance is like, well, why would they do that? That's crazy, I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. I mean, if you watch him doing it, like, we can figure out the why later. I think they're terraforming the place for the smart grid to come, I mean, this is like a fucking worldwide agenda. This is not like but he says it's contrails, and he'll make that argument, and he's stern about it. I'm like, dude, you're making me think you're a Fed, Why would you try to like brush that one aside? He says it's a world stage, thing where you're either pro geoengineering or you're anti. I'm like, I don't even think it's geoengineering. I think it's a red herring. But like, he doesn't want to hear any, and gets all mad and tries to say you're being emotional. I'm like, man, that's like your little fucking weak, it's your little fucking weakness, your little button that you get triggered. Because he doesn't really get triggered, but he'll try to tell you you're getting triggered when you start talking about chemtrails. I'm like, no, I'm just telling you what I'm looking at. Like, look at this shit. None of that's real clouds. It would be a nice day, but they fucking ruined it with their fucking I mean, they tried to ruin it with their geoengineering, But it's not even geoengineering, in my opinion. It's fucking, it's basically just manipulation, and and it's terraforming. I think they're spraying smart dust, because that's, once they get that shit all over everything, they've got like, they get signal off it. It's like nanotechnology, I mean, their technology has been advancing like in a major way. Like, our shit's been like, the shit the general public has access to is like, dude, it hasn't really done much in the past 20 years. I mean, my phone I had back in like 2006, or I forget when, it was a long time ago. It was like 20 years ago, basically. It was like one of them little razor flip phones, I had the pink one. It was cool. It was like, it was a nice phone. I think it went online, but the thing is, it had like fucking a battery that would last forever. I never had that thing die. Like, it was always just, I barely charged it. And I never ran out of storage room, and it had really cool camera settings, and basically all the things that suck about my phone right now. That phone didn't have those problems. I like that phone a lot. I wish I still had it. I would use that over this one any day. So if anything, my technology that I have now is shittier than what I used to have. But it's not to think that what we have right now is just, because, I mean, if you think about it, well, okay, it hasn't really gone anywhere in the past 20 years. No, it's been going somewhere. They just haven't been showing you. I mean, if you think, like, you could create technology that would otherwise look supernatural to people, I mean, that's the kind of shit you're going to keep under your hat for a minute, because that can be utilized by the government, right? They're going to get their hands on that. They're already working on it, stuff that's going to be like, otherwise just appear to be supernatural. Like, I mean, if you can create things like that with technology, I mean, there's a lot of power you wield, and it's like, and after you discover that that's possible, I should think that the way you run things after that would just be a joke, because because you know what you have at your fingertips, and you're planning to utilize it at some point, and like, so all the fucking politics of the world would just become a fucking joke, because, I mean, it was always kind of a joke, but it used to have a little more of like an air to it, where it was like, these people are important, they're dignified, It used to be a lot more of an adult type thing, where now it's like the president of the country is like fucking, one we had before this one, he was like falling on his face at the podium, didn't make any sense. He's all whispering, all creepy, and just fucking, it's like elder abuse, if anything. And then, you get that blank look on his face like he's shitting his pants or something, He's just like, it wasn't presidential at all. And then we got Trump, I mean, he's just a fucking jerk. He's making like AI videos of him flying a plane dressed up as a king with a crown, dumping a bunch of shit all over people in the streets that are protesting him. That's cute. That's not like, very presidential really, and that's not like how is that supposed to be funny? It's just gross in so many ways, and like it's not so gross that it's funny. It's just not funny, and it's just stupid. And, like I can't even believe that somebody would do something that dumb. And what a weirdo, that's what he's doing. I mean, I would think running the country, you wouldn't have time to be doing something that fucking retarded, and you wouldn't have the audacity to be sharing that with the country. It's like, what in the fuck is going on? I feel like we're living in a Twilight Zone. I mean, is it just that I didn't used to pay attention? I don't think it was ever this retarded. I mean, it's like we've surpassed idiocracy a while ago. The next thing you know, we're going to be watering our crops with Gatorade. I mean, we're almost there. I mean, it's going to be Bill Gates. Or, well, if we feed it with electrolytes and, the blue stuff is best. I just know that we're going to have to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and irrigate everyone's farm. And if you say no, you're going to go to jail for being a terrorist. I don't do very good, Bill Gates. Mr. Gates, if we ever catch up with you, tell you what the fuck we're gonna do. Take and duct tape you to a chair. Bet your ass you'll be scared. You'll be feeling that adrenaline. Stick an IV in your neck. You won't know what's coming next. You're gonna give you a healthy dose of your own medicine. Yeah, Mr. Gates, Mr. Gates. Yeah, you. Mr. Gates. Oh, the population reduction starts with you. Yeah, you. Duct tape you to a chair, Mr. Gates. Mr. Gates, if we ever catch up with you, I'll tell you what the fuck we're gonna do. Take and duct tape you to a chair. Bet your ass you'll be scared. You've been feeling that adrenaline. We'll stick an IV in your neck. If you won't know what's coming next, gonna give you a healthy dose of your own medicine. Yeah, you, Mr. Gates. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Gates. Population reduction starts with you. That's gonna be my rule. Like after we take over the world and we're not having to live under tyranny anymore, the first rule is gonna be anyone who gets on the world stage and says to the world, we're going to need to reduce the human population. Anyone that does that, well, they automatically and immediately, by law, have volunteered them and all their loved ones and family to be martyrs for their cause. And it's quick. Like we'll be right there when it happens, and we're like, okay. And this is the thing: you're going to get one chance to get back out on the world stage right away. And tell the world that that's a terrible idea, and in fact I've changed my mind. You can go do that right now and explain that you made a mistake and that's not something that needs to happen, and in fact be fruitful and multiply. And if you don't want to do that, then you just forfeited your family and you to be martyrs for your cause, and then we'll reassess the situation after that. Anybody else have any more ideas? No? Okay. Be fruitful and multiply. Now we're going to reduce the population by 15%, and I think we could easily do this if we do a good job with vaccines and like the audience didn't even blink. Oh, so if we make everyone healthy, then that'll reduce 1.5 billion people. That's 15% of the population. That's kind of a lot of people to reduce by using vaccines. I mean, if you look at how things are going these days, though, I think he might have been onto something there. I think he was right. But he kind of implied that, like he didn't say, we're going to murder people. He was just like, oh no, we'll do a good job at vaccines. And, that you kind of get the impression that what he means is we're going to make people healthy. He didn't say, well, vaccines that kill people. He should have been more specific, because maybe, well, then it probably wouldn't have worked as good because there'd be more people that didn't want to do it. So I could see why he did that, but I think this is kind of dishonest and it's kind of fucked up. I mean, damn. We tried to warn people. I got my channels deleted. I mean, oh shit, they're probably going to delete my channel. That's the thing. If you ever start self-censoring, you know you've succumbed to the brainwashing. That's what censorship is. It's brainwashing because they're trying to control your mind. They're trying to control what comes out of your mouth. If you stop saying something because you're worried about getting censored, then that's something that you stopped saying will eventually leave your thoughts, and because you won't be able to talk about it, and so you just kind of put it out of your mind. It'll leave the forefront of whatever conversation you're having, and you might try to use codes if you're really interested in talking about it, but then you're just like speaking with just a few people online. I mean, it's like you're not putting the truth out there necessarily. You're just like whispering in the shadows. Like you're succumbing to the fucking mind control, and you're changing your behavior based on your fear of being censored. And there's certain channels that I'm not judging. I mean, like I'm thinking of Casey from Enter the Stars. Like, he's pretty awesome. He's a badass, and he does it pretty well. But like, and I think he makes a good argument for why he does it. And I'm not saying that he's a cheese dick or anything, but I just talk, and I can't bring myself to like edit, because I realize that I'm stumbling into the mind control if I do that. I'm just like, no, I'd rather just be honest and true, and I don't want to be a person who's gonna fucking self-censor because that's what they want. If you're finding yourself self-censoring something, then it must be an important thing. Like, I got censored on YouTube last week for my song where I said no planes on 9/11. That was enough to get a strike, and I got censored. So that must be true, is what I'm saying. Why would they censor that unless it was true? I mean, that's just what I think. It's like there's all this stuff floating around in the ether that was censored off YouTube, like my channels. It's all floating right around there, right in the ether. You could just take your Ethernet and gather it all up, your imaginary Ethernet, and get all your truth. Because they wouldn't censor it if it was a lie. They don't censor lies, they censor truth. Because truth exposes people, and so that's the thing. When you know that, I mean, you realize that whatever that gets censored, must be true. So there's my proof that there was no planes on 9/11. I was just kind of throwing it out there. I didn't. Now I think I proved it. Why would they be censoring that? I mean, they don't censor lies. That's a fact, and they tell you that they don't censor lies. They censor misinformation, which is misleading, because they're trying to lead the information a certain way. And if you try to lead it somewhere else towards the truth, that's going to expose some people, and they don't like that. Lies don't expose people. Truth does. So truth gets censored, and lies stays up. I'll tell people why I get censored, like people in my family, people that aren't, involved with the conversations that I get. It's like, they're like, what? It's totally confusing. You got censored. They don't know that there's certain things that they're not allowed to talk about, and it's like you get deleted for saying it, and it's like the things that I'm saying, it's like, really? I mean, it's like, what? Why is that a problem to just say something like that? I mean, that seems kind of abstract, but it's because they're worried about people talking about a certain subject, obviously, and thinking about it, and that is probably because of what? Why? Well, because they're talking about it from a different angle than what we've all been supposed to believe. When we saw those towers crumble in the dust that one time when the planes hit them. Yeah, well, that was pretty hard to believe, right? I mean, just think back. The buildings crumbled perfectly down. They fell at free fall speeds. They say they pancaked. That's how they explain it away. It's with pancaking, which would have been like, it speeds up as you go down because it's from the weight. The floor, and then it's like 2 floors and 3 floors, so it starts going faster exponentially, but there's like little delays because they say it was, collapsing one at a time, and that's how it built up and went all the way down because of the weight compiling. But it's like, that's not what we saw, though. We saw it just got limp. The whole thing was all, the whole thing just fell faster than you could clap your hands a dozen times. A 110-story building fell before your eyes twice. And let's not forget Building 7, the 47th floor building, where something quite peculiar happened as it collapsed in the exact same fashion. However, it was strange because it wasn't hit by planes. Until this day it remains yet to be explained. But you never hear anyone up on the television just be like, hey, wait! 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't understand. There wasn't any fucking It was over before it began. It was over before it began. It was over before it began. And over before it began. Well, the history books were written before any of it ever happened. If it happened at all, we live in a pre-written, predicted, scripted, actor-based reality taking place on your TV. And the useful idiots that get up on the television telling you what they want you to believe is happening in the world as it plays into their dirty little hands. And it's over before it began. You're better and better at being able to spot the holes in the plot, and there's usually a lot. If you're catching all the clues, you can be caught in the weaponized news. You see right through the ruse. But others are confused, manipulated, and used, being driven by their manic and misguided fears. It's a whole different story for you. It's crystal clear once you learn to read the writing on the wall that's been written by the hidden hand. And it was over before it began. Before it began. It was over before it began. It was over before it began. Over before it began. Well, 9/11 came and went, and all the money got spent, and the laws were bent, and we never got a story that made any sense. Well, there's a terrorist attack and all that, where 2 planes knocked 3 buildings down right to the ground. Fact, faster than you could clap your hands a dozen times. A 110-story building fell before your eyes twice. Let's not forget Building 7, the 47th floor building, where something quite peculiar happened as it collapsed in the exact same fashion. However, it was strange because it wasn't hit by planes. Until this day it remains yet to be explained. You'll never hear anyone up on the television just be like, hey, wait! 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't understand. Planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't. Planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't know. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't know. Planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't understand. Planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't know. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't know. Planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't know. 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't under 2 planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't under planes, 3 buildings, please explain. I don't understand. There wasn't any fucking planes, man. And it was over before it began. It was all just a big fucking sham. It was over before it began. It was a damn sham. It was a damn shame. It's not us to blame. They're just playing a fucking game with our mind. Trauma-based mind control, man. They want to just fucking slowly take down the whole place, gradually, ever so slightly, gradually, ever so gradually, ever so slightly, just dilapidating the fucking country, taking it out from the inside, just gutting the fucking thing. But it's gonna take so long. It's gonna be such a long mission. Well, it's like, I don't know, these guys that start doing these kind of agendas, I mean, it starts rolling this evil fucking shit out, but it's such a long con, you know, and they've been doing it a long time, and the guys that started it aren't even going to be around when it finally takes fruition. Like, what's going on here? Are they just like leaping from body to body? Like, why would you just, I mean, whatever, dude, it's just confusing, man. It's like the slow evolution of man. It's like, I believe in evolution. We've been evolving into robots for a long time, and we're almost there. gonna be scary. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go all the way as in, you know. It's just like evolution, optional evolution. It's an optional evolution, is what we're saying here, and it's the only thing that's ever evolved from one thing to another. Homo Borg Genesis. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. It's so smart. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. Oh, it's so smart. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. Oh, spell smart. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. A spell smart. That's so smart. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. Oh, it's so smart. It's so smart. Oh, that's what it spells. S-M-A-R-T. Survey, monitor, analyze, report technology. It's so smart. Smart. It's so smart. When I was a young man, I used to watch TV. Now I am an old man. The TV's watching me. It's watching me. Yeah. The TV's watching me. TV's watching me. The TV's watching A-I-O-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. A-I-O, what A-I is? Do you know what A-I is? A-I know what A-I is. 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 A-I is just an eye up in the sky. It's going to spy on you and I and everyone in society. Say goodbye to your privacy. Yeah, it's the most realistic shit you're going to get, but don't fake shit. Don't mistake it for being real. It's not alive. Teach it how to walk, how to talk, how to breathe, and how to read your mind. Teach it how to jump rope, how to go dope, how to tell a joke. Teach it how to jump rope, how to cook dope, how to tell a joke, but it don't understand the punchline. Teach it how to repeat it, but can it keep a secret? I don't think so. I won't know why. I won't know why. I know what AI is. I know what AI is. It's an algorithmic gimmick, been given no limit, goes all the way out, around, and then back in it. Official, artificial, digital, I call it street. That's really all that it could be to call it intelligent is intellectual dishonesty. Can teach it how to play Tetris and chess and checkers and tic-tac-toe. Teach it how to look like it's teaching itself. Hey, look at that shit go. Whoa. Oh. Well, teach it that there's nothing new that can be done. Nothing new that exists under the sun. I know what AI is. AI is just an eye up in the sky. It's going to spy on you and I and everyone in society. Say goodbye to your privacy and your job. Say goodbye to your job. even want that job anyways, man. Fuck that job. And nobody's watching me. Nobody gives a fuck. So I don't give a fuck. 0 fucks are given. If nobody gives a fuck, then I don't give a fuck either. So I'm gonna just say, save it for another day.